હે નાથ નારાયણ વાસુદેવ શ્રી કૃષ્ણ ગોવિંદ હરે મુરારી. હે નાથ નારાયણ વાસુદેવ શ્રી કૃષ્ણ ગોવિંદ હરે મુરારી. હે નાથ નારાયણ વાસુદેવ શ્રી કૃષ્ણ ગોવિંદ હરે મુરારી. હે નાથ નારાયણ વાસુદેવ. કૃષ્ણાય વાસુદેવાય હરયે પરમાત્મને પ્રણતઃ ક્લેશનાશાય ગોવિંદાય નમો નમઃ. Dear devotees, with the grace of the Bhagwan Sri Krishna and divine knowledge from the Bhagavad Gita and the blessings from the Guru Maharaj, today we will continue understand chapter number 5, verses number 10, 11. ब्रह्मण्याधाय कर्माणि संगं त्यक्त्वा करोति यः लिप्यते न स पापेन पद्मपत्रमिवाभ्यसा कायेन मनसा बुद्ध्या केवलैरिन्द्रियैरपि योगिनः कर्म कुर्वन्ति संगं त्यक्त्वात्मशुद्धये. Bhagwan Sri Krishna has mentioned very beautiful word here. Padmapatram avivam bhasa. And then tyaktvam shuddhaye. Start with the Padmapatra and then tyaktvam shuddhaye. One who walk on the path of the devotion with true faith. You see, the faith have a different ways to understand. When I mention the true faith, which is we already talk about, the true faith means ke emotion without involvement of the emotions into the karma. If I use the word called the selfless, then it's become a normal word. For everybody knows, yeah, selfless. But selfless is just remaining big word. But in every karma, everybody do have a personal interest. Anything we do, personal interest. While the bhakti says, emotionless involvement. So this word when we use emotionless involvement means that you involve yourself, but you're not involving yourself emotionally. And since you not involve yourself emotionally in any karma, then whatever the outcome from the karma will be not going to be effective. Plus, positive, negative, whatever will be. But when I mention the selfless, the result is action's result will be remain same. But then we're not going to be understand what that meaning means. Okay, selfless, okay, I didn't involve, but yes, I was expecting this. While if you don't put emotions in, you don't expect anything. But Bhagwan Sri Krishna gave example. Brahmanyadhaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti yah. Sangam tyaktva karoti yah. When the one who perform the karma, who offer himself all the karma into the Bhagavan. Every single thing is Bhagavan. Krishna arpanamastu. Whatever I am doing is I am offering to the Krishna. When we say I am offering to Krishna, means I am giving everything to Krishna. Either good result, whatever it is. Because problem starts where we divide ourselves. And that is exactly happening. When we receive the promotion in a work, business, when we get big deal or promotion, then what we tell ourselves? Yes, I got promotion because my hard work, because my dedications, because my intelligence, because my good name into the workplace. That's why the boss or company has gave me a promotion. But then 6 months later, very same company tells you, okay, now pack your bags and go. Then we will go to the Bhagavan, okay, what wrong you did to me. If anything wrong happened, then Bhagavan does, and everything good happened, then I do. That mentality we sitting here at the moment, while Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, whatever happened, if we have a habit, Bhagavan did. So then, Bhagavan knows when to give us, or when to uplift us, or when to help us. Very famous story, everybody knows about it. In the kingdom, one intelligent personality went into the kingdom of the king of those days. It was a different kings in different smaller areas too. So very small kingdom in somewhere into the Gujarat. One highly intelligent personality went into the kingdom, and he observed, okay, what is exactly happening here. In this kingdom, nobody seems to be understand the king, or king is not understanding what the thing. Then somehow he managed to enter into the palace and got the job. Is called the king advisor job. So his job was to advise the king. Look, do that. This is not right, that is not right. Okay. Slowly, kingdom become a prosper, powerful, because advisors was good. And the step was taken also was good. But he had one habit. He used to say only one word, either success or failure. Whatever has happened is happened for the good. And every time when something happened, he said, whatever has happened is happens for the good. And king used to laugh. Okay, what is happening here? But one day, in the assembly, means parliament of the king, everybody was sitting, and somehow the king cut his finger. As per normal habit, this person says, whatever has happened is happened for the good. So now, king got cross. King is king. King have a different mentality. He got cross. He said, you insulted me. In front of everybody, my finger is cut. Now you're laughing and you're telling that you're making the joke out of my pain and my sorrow. Because my finger is cut, and you say whatever. And what good happened here in cutting the finger here? I am in tremendous pain here. King says, put this person in a prison until further order. While that person has put it in a prison, his sipahi took him, put it in a prison. 3-4 days pass. King says, I will go into the forest for hunting. He said, okay. The king went with his own full entire security system. Somehow, when king entered into the forest, he got lost himself alone. Entire his security and everybody went different direction, and this man went different direction. Now, in the middle of the forest, he didn't know how to come out. And then he got caught by the tribals. So tribals don't know who's this person basically. For them is a person, that's it. Because they don't associate with any kingdom. They have their own kingdom. And that was the day before night of the full moon. They put him, they caught him, he said, I'm king. He says, we don't care who you are. They took him to the tribal kingdom. Tribal king decided, okay, this person is look like very healthy, very good, very powerful. So tomorrow we are going to give a human bali. So we're going to use him as a bali. Bali means we're going to offer himself, this person, into the fire. And then that's how our God will be happy. હવે whole night king thinking about what went wrong now. I am the king, I am the powerful person. And whole night he was thinking what went wrong. I can't raise my whole people, everybody, I don't know. And then he was introspecting, thinking, but don't know how to come out because he was under capture in the tribal. Tribal was dangerous, so could not manage himself. Next day, they was preparation started. So under that preparation, there is a one procedure to check if this person's body, every single part of the body is okay or not. So the tribal medical doctor came. He was checking, and then he reached to that finger which was cut. Then he told the king, we can't use this person because his finger is cut. He's not compatible for our human body. We have to release him. King suddenly got, this finger. Anyway, tribal has released him. King went in his kingdom. Within a minute, he brought that advisor back from prison here. They brought him, and king says, whatever you said is become a true. Whatever as Bhagwan did is for the good. If my finger wasn't cut, I would have been die now. So, but one thing I did not understood. You still saying whatever Bhagwan did for the good. What good happened in your life? Because you stay 1 week full into the prison and anyways, good happened in my life because end of that I saved my life. That I realized after that, a week later. But what good happened in your life? And that advisor started laughing. He said, King, I'm your advisor. If you was going, obviously you're going to take me with you. Although everybody maybe has found a different route, but I wouldn't have left you. So you and me both would have captured in the tribal. Your finger was cut, but not mine. So they would have used me instead of you. So my life was in a danger too. That's why Bhagwan has put me in a prison and then allow you to go there. Now you must realize that Bhagwan has saved both of us. That is why I says whatever happened is for the good. Why I have to say this story is we need to realize that part in our mind. That's why Bhagavan Sri Krishna used the word Papena Padma Patram Avivambasaha. In this entire creation which Bhagavan has created, few things which Bhagavan has made it which is beyond our imagination. In my all prayers I give example of the coconut, so I will not give that example again. But example Bhagavan has given, this is what I am going to give. Lotus flower. We all of us know lotus flowers grow into the water, muddy water basically. Where Bhagavan Sri Krishna said, Padma Patra. Despite the surrounded with the water, full of the water, muddy water, not even one drop water touch that lotus flower, or not even one drop water come over the leaves of the lotus flower. Everything stay under it, under the leaves, but that water doesn't come on the leaves of the lotus flower. This is something which is Bhagavan says, that sansar is samudra, ocean. You have to live in this sansar. You can't leave the sansar away. You cannot take the sansar out from your life. But it's all about you, how you live in the sansar. That entire surrounding of the effect of the sansar, whatever is happening into the world, how does it affecting you emotionally? Does it touching your heart or not? If it is touch your heart, that means the sansar, you're not living in the sansar, sansar living in you. But if not touching in your heart, if that not help, is not emotionally affecting you, then you living in the sansar. That's two different things. When we live in the sansar, then we decide our rules. We decide our things. We decide how to live. But when the sansar lives within, then sansar decide what type of the cloth you wear, what type of the food you eat, what type of the talk you do, what type of the people you meet, because that's it. When we say sansar living within, that means sansar tells. Sansar means the people who we are living with the surrounding environment. If the sansar living in you, then they will tell you, oh look, your hair is not good, or your clothes is not good. Then it will affect to you, why that person told me my clothes is not good. From tomorrow I must change. Look, the red color is, white color is not suits you. Okay, I'm going to change. But I like white. I like red. What about my like? What about me? When the sansar living in you, then you listen to the sansar. But when you live into the sansar, then sansar is listen to you. Means whatever you do in your life, sansar is follow that. Because you're not affecting with anything. You're not getting effect with emotionally with any kind of the comment. Good comment, bad comment, praising or glory or whatever, it doesn't affect you. Just like lotus flower, remain calm. And only the lotus flower reached to the lotus feet of the Bhagavan. And then to become like that, then Bhagavan Sri Krishna has used word called the Tyaktvam Shuddhaye. Shuddhaye. Eternal purity, which I mentioned last week. Shuddhikaran, purity is very important. internal, inside one. External purity, remember one thing. When we apply extra beauty on our existence beauty in the form of the cosmetic items to use it on our body. Extra beauty on our existence beauty. We may look good until that extra beauty exists. As soon as we remove that extra beauty from the existence beauty, then we will be realized who we are. Because existence beauty we may have hide it for hours, 2 or 3 or 5 or 6 or 10. But 10 hours later, our real beauty, we have to face it in mirror. To put extra beauty on existence beauty, we have to use the mirror too. Imagine now, if there is no mirror and someone tells you, there is a completely dark, and someone tells us, do the makeup. Who will do the makeup without having a mirror or light? And if you do, then you don't know what you're doing. And then outcome will be opposite than what you may have thought. That's why Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, in existence, internal purity. And if we put extra show off kind of the purity on existence purity, that only remain for time being. But end of that, antahakaran, internally, we all have to face it, our internal purity. And that internal purity, which is your internal voice, and if we do anything wrong, then internal voice will tell you, look, hang on. This is not right. And if we overpower that voice, then things will be allowed. As soon as I mentioned about the extra beauty, means extra purity will lose its power, then internal purity will surface, and that is where we said in English it's called the guilt part comes in. Because then we realize what wrong we have done. But why are we doing like this? Because we are controlled by our senses, indriya. Kayena manasa buddhya. Kaya, mana, buddhi. Kaya means body, manasa, mind, buddhya, intellectuals, intelligence or intellectuals. These are the reasons makes us to make sure we use our external purity by overpowering the internal existence purity. When we say internal existence, no one is born criminal. Remember that one. And no one is born papi too. Now you think about why this is. If it is a born criminal, then as soon as child take the birth, hold a knife in his hand. Because you born criminal. But child until reach to the maturity level is innocent. Why? Because lives with the internal purity. Child don't understand difference between snake and the rope. Any child easily hold that snake. For them is only rope or snake. Makes no difference in them life. They don't even understand difference. There is no differentiation between anything. If you give a child a chocolate, in your heart, no matter what it is, but for the child heart, this is a chocolate. Either you give a chocolate with good heart or by putting the poison in. Child don't understand that. For child is a chocolate. Pure heart, clean heart. Child is heart. If you shout a child, yes, feel bad, and 2 minutes later, back to square. Pure heart, clean heart. That thing, don't take anything internally. It just happens. But very same child, when grow and become adult and maturity level grows, then what happen? Kayena manasa buddhyaha. Then this body, mind, intelligence, all take over that purity of the heart. And then he start minding, okay, you shouted me, or you told me like this, or you behaved towards me like that, or you gave me a chocolate with bad intention, or your food was like this. Then all those differentiations will start. And then increase starts, okay, because you behave like this, I'm going to be react in this manner. That's why it says action versus reaction. But when the reaction comes when we take the things by heart. Remember one thing is, because we believe that I should get respect, that is why you feel hurt. Say, imagine now, so you are someone who called say in these days, let's take the community leader, for example, politician or community leader. When they attend a ceremony or functions or something, for them is there special chair available, for them is a special arrangements is available, for them is all everything is, because they are the leader and there is a chairs and everything there. Now, 10 days later, that person become no longer a leader. And then after 10 days later, in very same place, a very different function is happening. Somebody else become take over his or her position as a leadership. Now this person who has lost his position as a leadership, and if he go there and sit on that chair, what will happen? The organizers will tell, thank you very much, you are no longer leader. Please sit, that chair belongs to you. This chair belongs to the leader. The respect which you are getting is not you as an individual, you are getting respect as a leader of the community. You must remember that. But if you take that leadership in your heart, then what will happen is it will hurt you. Okay, but 10 days ago, these people used to give me so much respect, giving me a bouquet and water and waiting for me, and today nobody care for me. 10 days later. Because you think, okay, you are deserving, but the deserving position is not yourself, it's for your position. The place which you was holding. Position which you was holding. And that is why no politician want to leave the position. Everybody want to stay in the very same chair till the last breath. Because they have taken that position so internally, heartily, they can't leave that chair, because they know As soon as they're going to leave the chair, their value will be like share was 110 rand. Within 10 days, the share become a 1 rand value. You think you are a valuable personality, that is why you behave like that. While Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, you are not a valuable personality at all, because this entire circle of this sansar was running before you came, is running while you are here, and it will run after you leave. This whole cycle is running from thousands of the years, and your portion and your life is only 60 years or 70 years. Maximum is 100 years. Out of the 10, 20, 50, 100 thousands, you are not even micro level involvement. Your involvement is not even micro level into that whole running system which is created by the Bhagavan. But in that life, you feel yourself very important, and you think if you're going to live, then nothing will happen. That is wrong thinking. Things used to be happen, things was happening, and things will happen. That's why Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Paramatma, Krishnarpanamastu. Offer yourself to the Krishna, let Krishna to decide. Whatever is right, he will do things for you. He will show the path to you, how to walk. But if you become an overruler of the Krishna's path, then you don't know what is after that. While the Krishna knows, if you remember one thing, what is our capacity of the vision, eyes vision? In a daytime, how far you can see? 1 kilometer, 5 kilometer. And then the dimension is not 360, maximum 90 degree. You can see 90 degree from with this, that's it. Your eyes can see like that. That is your angle. So you can, if you want to see beyond that, you have to turn your head. There too, that's it. But what is happening behind you is you don't know. In the daytime, our eyes vision is maximum 5 to 10 kilometers. I'm just giving a maximum, I'm talking. 5 to 10 kilometers, you know what I'm talking. But see, 5 to 10 kilometers your vision can see. Very same eyes. In the night, reduce the vision for maximum 1 to 2 kilometers. Maximum. If you have a very good eyes. And if you have a very good quality eyes. Maximum 2 kilometers you see. But because you think my eyes can see only 10 kilometers in a daytime and 2 kilometers in a night time, that's the world? No, there is a world beyond the 10 kilometer too, and there is a world beyond the 2 kilometer too. So as you walk, you see further 2 kilometer, further 2 kilometer, further 2 kilometer, further 10 kilometer. While Krishna Bhagavan says, I can see the beyond the 10 kilometer too. And then I will guide you according to that, because your vision is only 10 kilometers, my vision is thousands kilometers. I want to take you 1,000 kilometers distance. And then during the 1,000 kilometers, what is coming, you don't know. You drive only 10 kilometer distance stories. Where you see, okay, that's car, there is a well, there is a tree, there is a pothole and everything. But after 10 kilometers, how many potholes you have to face is you don't know. Krishna says, yeah, I know how many potholes you still have to go through. So I will make sure you drive the car according to that. That's why we have to make. Because Arjun, this is simple. Arjun made a Krishna. So Krishna said, I'm going to become your chariot. I'm going to drive your chariot. That means I will lead you. From the front, I will tell you how to do the war. As much as you got a powerful skill, but leave the things in my hand. I will there for you. Although I'm not going to take any weapon in my hand. Neither I'm going to fight with anybody, but I will lead you which direction to go. And this is what Bhagwan says. Sometimes we mistaking ourselves. Okay, I am the prayer, I do the prayer of the Bhagwan. Now Bhagwan must come and tell me what must I do. Bhagwan says, no, I'm not going to tell you. You have to do yourself. You have to fight your battle yourself. Only I'm going to be, if you have a trust in me, I will make sure that you're not going to go wrong. Because I will guide you. But when that thought comes, that's why Bhagwan Sri Krishna says, Atma Shuddhaye. Your Atma must be a Shuddha. Your inner power should be a Shuddha, pure, clean, childish kind of that. Remember, it's not easy to become like that. When you become innocent and childish, you prepare, you're going to get conned by so many people. So many people will rob you. So many people will take your advantage from you. So many people will hurt you. So many people will praise you. So many people will use your good qualities. But you have to be ready for this, because your heart is clean. Nothing inside. And then when you live that life, then Krishna says, I will make sure that your life goes smooth. Your life in my hand. So as much as people want to rob you, they will be away from you. They can rob you up to a certain percentage. After that, they themselves will think, we're tired now. Let's leave this person away now. Let's try somebody else. Because there's nothing happening to this person. So many times we have conned him, so many times we have robbed him, so many times we have done wrong to him, but this is remaining same. They will get tired. And they will move away from you. But who will do that? Is Krishna will do. That's why Kaya means tan, body. Man means mind. And buddhi means intelligence, intellectual. Has to be pure. Purity must be inside. Purity must be in our action, mentally action, intelligence, intellectual, and with quality of not to get involved directly into any action. Otherwise, when sansar lives in you, then Krishna can't help you. Krishna only helped the Pandava because sansar wasn't living in them. While Duryodhan and Kripacharya, Dronacharya, Bhishma Pitamaha, Karna, Dhritarashtra, sansar was living in them. So when the sansar was living in them, they could not manage to leave them ambitious. They could not manage to leave them personalities. They everybody has hide themselves under some reasons. But that's why Duryodhan managed to overrule and overpower everybody. Imagine now a person like Dronacharya, who was guru of the Duryodhan, who taught everything to Duryodhana. Equal knowledge like Pandav. He did not differentiate between Pandav and Kaurav. He taught everything to both, all of them, equal knowledge. But Dronacharya can stand up and tell Arjun that you are wrong. But why he could not manage to tell Duryodhana that you are wrong? Because Sansar was living. And they all was telling, now I had a pratigna, I had this, I had that. Unstable. To a point, Sansar was living in you. That's why. When the Sansar live with him, then we will find every single reason or excuse, in another word, to how to justify ourselves. Okay, but yes, I did because of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, Y, Z. We'll teach entire alphabet. We will have 25 reasons. Okay, but yes, I did A, I did B, I did C. But while, because Sansar is living within. Because somebody told me, okay, but the white color is not suiting you, so you make sure you change the color. Okay, so that's why I was looking for the yellow color. While I was finding the yellow color, then somebody says, no, yellow color is not good for you, rather than use the pink color. So we change the color all the time. And we're ending up with our own choice, we forgot about it. Sansar tells you what to do. You may be like, for example, individual as a person. You may be like to drive old model of, I will say, I don't know, Mercedes, old model Mercedes. You like, you enjoy that. Just think about it. You have a lots of money. You can afford a 4x4, 10 4x4. But your heart, internally you say, I want to drive very old model of the car. And you decide to buy the old model of the car and you brought that car in the house. The 10 people will tell you, is this car you driving? Look at this now, that the color is fading away and the steering, you can't even get the parts. And this. Now Sansar is telling you what to drive. Then next day you're going to let me get 4x4. So you get 4x4, a beautiful luxury car, powerful, everything, all systems in, beautiful. 10 people will come. Oh yes, that's your status quo car. That's a good car. But what if you don't enjoy the driving the car? You may have a good status quo car. All facility there, but while you're driving, you're not even enjoying. You're just driving, sake of driving, because world is telling you must drive this. And that is actually happening, status quo lifestyle. I'm just using an example about the car, but everything in our life we do is become a status quo. Imagine now if I can afford a beautiful smartphone and if I use the 3310, old model of the Nokia 3310, and then if I'm holding the 3310 in my hand, 10 people will say, what phone are you using? Can't even receive any messaging. But I enjoy that, for example. But to please the world, you have to have a smartphone. Hare Bhagavan. That's why Sansar is living in you. You not living in the Sansar. Anything, every single step, if you're going to monitor ourselves, so many compromise we do basically with our life, with our choice, with ourselves, to just please the Sansar. When I say Sansar, means ke everybody, including our family too. Including our family too. Imagine now if you're going in a wedding of your family members. You have dressed smart, but with like normal, like I got habit also, very good habit or bad habit, whatever it is. I don't see what shoes I'm wearing basically. Like Crocs have that Crocs. Maybe that another worse type of the Crocs. You can see that. So everything is fine, but that shoes we just carry on. Okay, parent chalya, carry on, move on. Now imagine now if you're going in a family wedding, you dress smart and your shoe is crocked. What will happen is, 10 people not going to look your beautiful suit. What you have wearing? It happens to me actually. That's why I'm telling you the example. I will give you an example. 2 years, it being like 2-3 years, I think. It's time by time. I was going to do the wedding somewhere in, I think, Port Elizabeth or a little bit further. So I packed my bag, everything, all the clothes and everything, wedding, because we know we're doing wedding, so it lot was smart clothes and we packed it, everything, and finished, carry on. I was driving, so I took my bag, put it in a car, and morning 4 o'clock I was leaving, so I left it. And what I wear, that time I had a different Crocs, that કેવા હતા પેલા રબરવાળા rubber Crocs. It was like brownish color something. Put it, because it's my habit. I put it and carry on. That. When I reached there, I realized કે ભાઈ ચાલો આ તો આ problem છે. But you have no other choice. You carry on. And I finished whole wedding. When I came home, my family says, what you was wearing here? I said, don't worry about my shoes. I like, I enjoy, and I feel comfortable. That's it. I don't worry who's going to say what. Subject is, I'm just using example. In our life, so many compromise we do to please the world. But why we are not living with the purity where we said, I am enjoying. My heart is enjoying. I like it. That's it. Slowly, that purity will help us to improve our life with divineness. And that divineness will lead us to internal peace. And that is the Bhagavan Sri Krishna is telling. 3rd of December, Saturday is the Bhagavad Gita Jayanti. Normally we do the Bhagavad Gita celebration, but this year we will be not in the position to do the Bhagavad Gita puja because so many things is happening and actually I am busy whole day. I was trying to find in between 1 or 2 hours, but I could not manage. So I got whole thing scheduled because following week I'm leaving. But therefore, I will request to all the devotees, wherever you are, please do the Bhagavad Gita puja in your house. And the Bhagavad Gita quiz, this year I'm going to start it called the web base. So on my website, I will send a link. Maybe by Wednesday it will be ready. So on my website, there will be a quiz. So you just go on a website, the link which you just touch there, and give your answers. So immediately you'll get the result. Okay, how many answers you have gave correct, how many it is wrong. I'm working on some digital certificate as well. If you can't get digital certificate on website, so give your answer, take the screenshot of your result and send it to me. Unfortunately, my WhatsApp is not working. That's another problem. I'm sitting with it last 1 week, almost 5 days now. So you can send me through the email, or you can send me through the Telegram, or you can send it to me normal SMS. But I will make sure by Wednesday my WhatsApp somehow start working where you can communicate to me on the WhatsApp. So hopefully everything will come right within next 24 to 48 hours. But the Bhagavad Gita quiz will be on a website with more different ways where everybody can understand. Anyway, I wanted to go to the timer type of the. So when you enter into the quiz, so there is a timer is set. So you have to give an answer within that 10 second or 15 second or 20 second. Then actually I remove that timer because everybody takes time to understand the question. So you can take your own time when you give an answer. So at this stage, I am looking about the 21 question. If I increase, it will be there. So, but 21 question you have to give, and 70% must be correct to get the digital certificate. So it will be start from next Wednesday or latest Thursday. So that's how something, technology is something new we trying, and we will be more advanced in the technology. So we'll do the Aarti now. कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरे परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय श्रीगोविन्दाय नमो नमः श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. सांझ पड़े दीननाथ में चकवाह चकवीरो चलो चकवाह क्या जय सांझ पड़े मत रोय. गौरी पूछे गोरिया कौन भले रो देश संपत तो घर नहीं तो भलो परदेश. तिमिर गयूं रवि देखता कुबुद्धि गई गुरु ज्ञान संपत गई अति लोभ से भक्ति गई अभिमानी कुंजर भयो लियो अपने सिर भार ताके जमरा कूट से जमलो डुगड़े लुहार. श्री राधे कृष्ण भगवान की जय. ओम जय काना काड़ा प्रभु जय काना काड़ा मीठी मोरली वाड़ा मीठी मोरली वाड़ा गोपीना प्यारा. ओम जय काना काड़ा कामण गारा कान कामण बहु कीधा प्रभ कामण बहु कीधा. माखण चोरी मोहन माखण चोरी मोहन चित चोरी लीधा. ओम जय काना काड़ा नंद जशोदा घेर वैकुंठयूता ब्रह्म वैकुंठयूतार्यूं कालिया मर्दन कीधु काली मर्दन कीधु गायो ने चारी. ओम जय काना काड़ा गुणतना तुझ पार के में नहीं आवे प्रभु के में नहीं आवे.
નેતિ વેદ પુકારે, નેતિ વેદ પુકારે, પુનિત શૃંગાવે. ઓમ જય કાના કાળા, ઓમ જય કાના કાળા, પ્રભુ જય કાના કાળા. મીઠી મોરલીવાળા, મીઠી મોરલીવાળા, ગોપીના પ્યારા. ઓમ જય કાના કાળા, ઓમ જય કાના કા, ઓમ જય કાના કાળા. કપૂરગૌરમ કરુણાવતારમ સંસારસારમ ભુજગેન્દ્રહારમ સદા વસંતામ હૃદયારવિંદે ભવમ ભવાની સહિતમ નમામિ. મંગલમ ભગવાન વિષ્ણુ મંગલમ ગરુડધ્વજ મંગલમ પુંડરીકાક્ષ મંગલાય તનોહરિ. સર્વમંગલમાંગલ્યે શિવે સર્વાર્થસાધિકે શરણ્યે ત્રંબકે ગૌરી નારાયણી નમોસ્તુતે, નારાયણી નમોસ્તુતે, નારાયણી નમોસ્તુતે. શ્રી રાધે કૃષ્ણ ભગવાન કી. જલેન શુક્લીકરણમ કુર્યાત. દેવતાનામ અભિવંદનમ સ્થાપિત દેવતાભ્યો નમઃ. નિરાંજનમ સમર્પયામિ, નિરાંજનમ સમર્પયામિ, નિરાંજનમ સમર્પયામિ, નિરાંજનમ સમર્પયામિ, નિરાંજનમ સમર્પયામિ, નિરાંજનમ સમર્પયામિ. આરાર્તિક્યમ સમર્પયામિ. યશ આરોગ્ય પ્રાપ્તિ અર્થે સ્વાત્માનામ અભિવંદનમ પાત્રાદ વૈ હસ્તમ પ્રક્ષાલ્યો. શ્રીરામચંદ્ર કૃપાળુ ભજમન હરણ ભવ ભયદારુણમ નવકંજલોચન કંજમુખકર કંજપદ કંજા કંદર્પય ગણિત અમિત છવિ નવનીલ નીરજ સુંદરમ પટપીતમાનૌ તડિત રુચિ શુચિ નૌમિ જનકસુતાવરમ શિરમુકુટ કુંડલ તિલક ચાર ઉદાર અંગ વિભૂષણમ આજાનુભુજ સરચાપધરુ સંગ્રામજિત ખરદૂષણમ ભજુ દીન બંધુ દિને સદાનવ દૈત્યવંશ નિકંદનમ રઘુનંદયાનંદ કંદ કૌશલ ચંદ્ર દશરથ નંદનમ ઇતિ વદિત દાસ શંકર શેષ મુનિમન રંજનમ મમ હૃદય કુંજ નિવાસ કુરુકા મહાદિખલદલ રંજનમ. સિયાવર રામચંદ્ર ભગવાન કી જય. રાધે કૃષ્ણ ભગવાન કી જય. ગણપતિ મહારાજ કી. વિઘ્નેશ્વરાય વરદાય સુરપ્રિયાય લંબોદરાય સકલાય જગદ્વિતાય નાગાનનાય શ્રુતિયજ્ઞવિભૂષિતાય ગૌરીસુતાય ગણનાથ નમો નમસ્તે. ગણપતિ મહારાજ કી જય. ઉમાપતિ મહાદેવ કી જય. શ્મશાને સ્વાક્રીડા સ્મરહર પિશાચા સહચરા શ્ચિતાભસ્માલેપમ સૃગપિનુકરોટી પરિકરમ અમંગલ્યમ શીલમ તવ ભવતુ નામેવમખિલમ તથાપિ સ્મર્તॄણામ વરદ પરમં મંગલમસી. ઉમાપતિ મહા. રાધે કૃષ્ણ ભગવાન કૃષ્ણ કનૈયાલાલ કી જય. બાલકૃષ્ણ ભગવાન કી. શાંતાકારમ ભુજગશયનમ પદ્મનાભમ સુરેશમ વિશ્વાધારમ ગગનસદૃશમ મેઘવર્ણમ શુભાંગમ લક્ષ્મીકાંતમ કમલનયનમ યોગિભીર્ધ્યાનગમ્યમ વંદે વિષ્ણું ભવભયહરમ સર્વલોકૈકનાથમ વસુદેવં સુતં દેવં કંસચાણુરમર્દનમ દેવકી પરમાનંદમ કૃષ્ણં વંદે જગદ્ગુરુમ. આકાશાત પતિતં યોऽયં યથા ગચ્છતિ સાગરં સર્વદેવો નમસ્કારં કેશવં પ્રતિ ગચ્છતિ મુખં કરોતિ વાચાલં ગોલંઘયતે ગિરિં યત્કૃપાત્વમહં વन्दે પરમાનन्दમમાધવં. ત્વમેવ માતાશ્ચ પિતા ત્વમેવ બંધુશ્ચ સખા ત્વમેવ વિદ્યા દ્રવિણં ત્વમેવ સર્વં મમ દેવદેવં गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरम् गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। असद्गिरिसमं शातकज्जलं सिन्धुपात्रे सुरतरुवर्षाखालेखनी पत्रमुरभि लिखते यदि गृहीत्वां शारदा सर्वकालं तदविधि तव गुणानाम् ईशपारं राधे कृष्ण भगवान्। जय 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 जगदम्बे आद्यशक्ति भवानी माम्बे मात् नमो देव्यै महादेव्यै शिवायै सततं नमः प्रकृत्यै भद्रायै नियतां प्रणतास्मतां विद्युद्दां समप्रभां भगवतीं स्कन्धस्थितां भीषणां कन्याभिकरवालखेटविलसत् हस्ताभिरासेवितां हस्तैश्चक्रधरालिखेटविशिखांश्चापं गुणां तर्जनीं बिभ्राणां मनलात्मिकां शशिधरां दुर्गां त्रिनेत्रां भजे दुर्गां त्रिनेत्रां भजे दुर्गां त्रिनेत्रां भजे। अम्बे मात की जय, आशापुरी मात की, महालक्ष्मी मात की जय। राधे कृष्ण भगवान कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय। बालकृष्ण भगवान उमापति महादेव की जय। गणपति महाराज। ओम नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव हर। राम कहे सुखयूपजे कृष्ण कहे दुख जाय महिमा अतः पावन थाय सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। रघुवीर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। जोवा आपी आखड़ी सांभळवाने कान जीभ बनावी बोलवा भलु कर्यु भगवान सियावर रामचंद्र की। रघुवीर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान तुलसिया संसार में भात भात के सबसे हिल मिल चा नदी नाव संजोग सिया रामचंद्र की जय। रघुवीर रामचंद्र की। पवन सुत हनुमान की। राम नाम में लीन है ये देखत सब में राम ताके जप बंधन करूँ। जय जय जला राम सिया रामचंद्र की जय। रघुवीर रामचंद्र की। पवन सुत हनुमान चित्रकूट के घाट पर भई संतन की भीड़ तुलसीदास चंदन घसे तिलक करे रघुवीर सिया रामचंद्र की। रघुवीर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान उमापति महादेव की जय। रमापति रामचंद्र की जय। वृंदावन कृष्ण चंद्र बोलो रे भाई सब संतन की जय। प्रसादी ध्यान की जय। जय श्री कृष्ण। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरे परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। श्री राधे कृष्णाय नमः। श्री राधे कृष्णाय नमः। श्री राधे कृष्णाय नमः। . ગજાનન ગણપતિ મહારાજ કી જય. કૃષ્ણ કનૈયાલાલ બાલકૃષ્ણ ભગવાન કી જય. ઉમાપતિ મહા. ઓમ નમઃ શિવાય. ઓમ નમઃ. ઓમ નમઃ શિવાય. 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 ઓમ નમઃ. પોઢો પોઢો કૃષ્ણ કમળ દળ લોચન મારા પ્રભુજીને નિંદ્રા વેજી રે. સોનાનો ઢોલિયો ને હિરની રે. સાંકળ ચાર સોનાની જીરે. મશરૂ તળાય હું તો હીરે જડામ માર વાલાની સેજ બિછામ જીરે. ગાલમ સૂર્ય માર વાલાજીને પ્રેમે પાસયું પાસે જીરે. કૃષ્ણજી પોઢે ને રાધા સુવડાવે. જશોમતી પવન ઢોળાવે જીરે. સૂરદાસ પ્રભુ અમર મિલન કો પ્રભુજીને નિંદ્રા આવે જીરે. નમસ્તે અમાર અહો પ્રાણદાતા. નમસ્તે અમારા પિતા માતા ભ્રાતા. નમસ્તે મહાદેવ જોડ્યદ્વી. નમસ્તે પ્રભુજી. નમસ્તે નમસ્તે નમસ્તે. સ્થાપિત દેવતાભ્યં પ્રાર્થનાપૂર્વક નમસ્કારાन् સમર્પયામિ. સ્થાપિત દેવતાભ્યં સુખેન શયનમ કુર્યાત. સુખેન શયનમ કુર્યાત. સુખેન શયનમ કુર્યાત. જય શ્રી કૃષ્ણ.